From the Detroit Free Press, it's Tuesday, February 18th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join-our-team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join-our-team.
I'm Jeff Seidel, a sports columnist at the Detroit Free Press. Too many people are struggling in silence, dealing with depression and anxiety, living in darkness, unsure what is wrong or how to get help. Too many young adults are killing themselves. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for college students. Zachary Winston brought it back into the national spotlight when he committed suicide at Albion College. Today, the Free Press has taken an in-depth look at college athletics and mental health, using sports to shed light on a national crisis. The Free Press found a wide disparity in how Michigan colleges handle mental health issues, and athletic administrators at several schools admitted they fear they aren't doing enough. These administrators should be commended for their honesty because it is time to talk openly about this issue, to talk about what is working as well as what is not. This isn't about casting blame or pointing fingers. It's about trying to isolate problems and highlight solutions. The stigma has to be broken, and it starts with education and unvarnished openness.
This is Bisma Pervez with the Detroit Free Press. When people think of volcanoes, they might think of hot, molten lava. But there's a rare kind of volcano that shoots out icy water instead. They're called ice volcanoes, and they showed up on Lake Michigan this weekend. These volcanoes are cone-shaped mounds of ice that shoot out water and slush, and they need very specific conditions to form. The National Weather Service said it has to be cold enough for ice to form on the shore, and the waves have to be strong enough so the water breaks through. Then, over the course of hours or days, it forms a cone and resembles a volcano. A meteorologist was able to capture the erupting ice volcanoes on the lakeshore, and it was a sight to be seen. However, they can be very dangerous. If you slip and fall into the icy water, there may be no way to come back up.
I'm Sue Solaski, food writer for the Detroit Free Press. Eastern Market is losing another long-time business. The Eastern Market Seafood Company will close February 29th. After 45 years, owner John Janewski announced his retirement from the business that was run by his father before him. The building was purchased by Firm Real Estate, which is led by local developer Sanford Nelson. Firm plans to renovate the building, bringing it up to safety and building code. Plans are for the renovations to be complete in 6 months and for it to continue as a retail seafood store. Eastern Market Seafood is located on Market Street in between other longtime businesses, Vivio's Food and Spirits and Cost Plus Wine Shop. Nelson owns 20 properties in the Market District, including what once housed Russell Street Deli. The deli closed in September after a dispute with Nelson about repairs to the restaurant floor. While Eastern Market Seafood was known for its seafood, it's also known for its reasonably priced Old World sandwiches that are pita sandwiches filled with hearty sausages.
For the Detroit Free Press Auto Team, I'm Jamie LaRue. General Motors is exiting some weak overseas markets. The goal is to save money and focus on growth markets while transitioning to electric vehicle production. GM said it will withdraw Chevrolet from Thailand by the end of this year. By the end of next year, GM will wind down its Holden operations in Australia and New Zealand. But GM will continue to run a specialty vehicle business there. The result means GM will take some big charges to its earnings this year, but U.S. jobs and manufacturing will not be impacted. GM builds the Holden Acadia SUV for Australia at its plant in Spring Hill, Tennessee. But the volume is so small that eliminating it will not affect Spring Hill's production or employment.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Mary Marini. Just when you thought the world had enough podcasts about guts and gore, the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office debuted its own on Friday. The podcast, which is titled Detroit's Daily Docket, will debunk myths about the field of pathology and instead take on an educational lens to help listeners learn about the science. The show's 4 hosts, who are all professors at the University of Michigan School of Pathology, will be dissecting common misconceptions about the field on each episode. Open cases and cases in the local area will not be featured on the show out of respect for the privacy of the families, and instead the doctors will be using groundbreaking public cases for analysis. The podcast will be produced internally and funded by the University of Michigan School of Pathology and supported by the Wayne County Department of Health, Human, and Veteran Services. Listeners can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, and Google Play Music.
Do you like what you're hearing in our news briefing? Let us know, whether it's a question, comment, or something you just want to hear. You can share your opinion by emailing us at voice@freep.com. That's voice@freep.com. See you tomorrow.